I'm not even gonna start this off with some long or corny intro because this is serious. I bought a course and I thought it would improve my rating. It didn't though. At least not till months later. I could have saved myself a lot of time and some money if I knew these three things. Let's get straight to it. To start this whole thing off, I'm gonna be straight up honest with y'all. Chess can be super expensive. From the outside looking in, it feels like you gotta spend all this money if you wanna get even decently good. Courses range from 50 all the way up to like $300 or $400. Private coaches are at a minimum starting off at like $40 an hour. And if you want like a really high profile one, they're probably gonna be closer to like 100. And books, they just add up over time. You always want another book. You don't know what you're doing with the book. It just feels like a waste of money, right? However, when I first got serious about actually trying to improve, I didn't have the money to dive into all that. So I went the free route. Between YouTube, Chess, and just analyzing my own games, I will say I got pretty far. I was able to reach the 1400 ELO ranges relatively fast. Granted, I did grow up playing chess, so that left me with an unfair advantage compared to somebody who's just starting new, I acknowledge. But still, that's pretty good for not having to spend a dime on chess. However, in the back of my mind, I was still always chasing that next level, and I honestly thought it was behind some paywall. Had I just taken the time to acknowledge that chess is an expensive game and I don't have to get it caught up in the numbers, I think I could have improved a lot further. This leads me to my second point, which is that everything you need to reach 2000 ELO is already out there on the internet for free. I'm not 2000 ELO yet, but I'm pretty close, and I can say all of the information I know now did not need to come from a course or come from anything paid. I would have been able to find all this information that I have in my brain right now for free on the internet. Going back to the free resources I've already been using, YouTubers like Hanging Pawns, Daniel Naroditsky, Gotham Chess, those guys are expert teachers, and honestly, they're really all you need to improve. Yes, it's exciting to go look at the newest course or buy like the latest book, but honestly, you really don't need it. If you can just focus on not blundering your pieces, get a solid opening, and just learning your tactics, you're gonna be past most players who ever play chess. If you are looking for a little bit more variety, Chess is also the perfect place for you. Chess's study feature is honestly one of the best things to ever grace this earth. I can't say that I haven't utilized this nearly enough, but the times that I do use it, I learn so much from the community. There is always somebody out there who is better than you, and it seems like they're always putting something out there on the Chess study database where you can go and analyze, learn from, and just see how they think. Whether it be an opening, theoretical endgames, or just middle game strategy, I always see something on Chess that is applicable to my game. And lastly, studying my own games is what got me to that advanced level. I was able to break down the thinking patterns that were faulty and learn to improve on them. On top of this has also helped me with my calculation because I'm not always analyzing with an engine. Sometimes I'm gonna force myself to think through all the moves that I wish I would have played, calculate it back, see where I could have gone better, and then improving from there. It's kind of like going to school. Sure, the things that you're learning in school are not always gonna be applicable to what you do in life, but being able to learn how to critically think is the important part of it. Now, I'm not gonna lie and say that I followed all this advice myself though. Eventually, I did buy a course when I hit that 1400 to 1500 plateau. And honestly, I'm kind of glad I did. It gave me some structure and helped me dive a little bit more into concepts that I was struggling with. But there is one thing. That course didn't do shit for me for the first few months. This is because I didn't have the habits to actually utilize this information. Which leads me to my third point. Don't buy a course until you can fully commit. If you don't have the time or the will to study with the free resources you have, what makes you think you would do the same with paid resources? It's kind of like a gym membership. If you can't wake up at 5 a.m. every day on your own, what makes you think a gym membership is going to change that? The whole gym industry model is the fact that they know people are not actually going to go to the gym. Don't believe me? Look it up. If you don't have the time to really engage with your chess improvement already with the free stuff, what makes you think you're going to do with the paid items? Now, I bought the course stupidly thinking this paid stuff is going to push me to do it now that I've invested some money, right? No. The entire gym membership model is banking on the fact that most people are not going to utilize their membership. If entire businesses can be run on this model, it's safe to say that you're not going to be the one to eventually crack this code. While this might sound harsh, it is the truth. If you can't commit to working on your own improvement for free, then no course, free or paid, is going to work. You can have a course on all the best openings and all the best endgames. If you don't take the time to open it, read it, and study it, it does not matter. You can have a gym membership to the nicest gym, but if you don't go in and lift those weights, you're not going to get stronger. Same things apply. I'm not going to lie. After I bought that course, there was a few weeks where I actually did study. But then I fell back into old habits. There were months where I went back to not looking at my opening course. I do better now to make sure I'm not wasting these things, but I wanted to give everybody a reminder before they go and buy that course off an impulse buy to really think about it. Are you actually going to do it? And if you're not sure, ask yourself, are you doing the work already right now for free? If the answer is no, you probably shouldn't go and buy that course.
Fuck it though, bro. It's your life.
It's 2025. Information is already out there on the internet for free. And I get it. Courses are extremely convenient, but make sure before you go spend that money that you're actually going to utilize it. Hey yo, it's Future Nagib here. I forgot to add this part, but I'm going to be quick and simple. Before you go buy a course, ask yourself, are you being peer pressured into doing this? Hear me out. The internet is a crazy place. You always see people who are doing better than you. You always see people who are richer than you, better looking than you, blah, 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 blah. And while that may be true, you shouldn't let it hurt your feelings, okay? Only buy a chess course if you actually want to improve. Don't just buy a chess course because you feel like you have to, like it's an obligation. At the end of the day, this is just a board game. It's just a hobby, right? So buy a course, buy a book, buy whatever chess improvement thing you want to buy, only if you actually want to improve. It is okay to say, no, I just want to play for fun. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. Don't get peer pressured into buying something. That's all I got.